today we are representing, through the people that are attending this press conference, the communities of Philadelphia. 3,674 petitions were collected, most of them by hand, by people you see here walking door to door, standing at grocery stores, standing at events, and talking to people about the plans of New Fortress Energy to send liquefied natural gas, frack gas, on rail cars along the train tracks in Philadelphia. These maps you see here show the route. It exposes mostly communities that are already overburdened with environmental problems, social problems, and many of the issues that plague our underserved communities. People of color, people of low incomes are going to be affected first and most intensely should there be a derailment and an accident on the tracks as a result of the liquefied natural gas trains going through. The entire city would likely be impacted, but the people who live closest will not be able to get away. They can't put the fire out. They have cold vapors that come out of these trains and kill people instantly if you're near enough to it. And explosions can also occur even miles away from where the derailment occurs. This stuff is so dangerous that the federal government banned it from being moved on rail cars for decades. And as a result of that ban, there was an attempt by the Trump administration to overturn it, and they adopted a federal rule to do just that. But most importantly, for Philadelphia, there was a special permit issued to New Fortress Energy subsidiary to move these trains from north central Pennsylvania down to Gibbstown, right through what we term, they are assuming, is a sacrifice zone. We won't be used as guinea pigs. We're not going to be exposed to this pollution and this danger. We need safety for our communities, and we need to keep these fossil fuels in the ground. Today, you're going to hear from people who worked day and night to get these petition signatures. And the big news that we want to share is that we have just discovered, through a Freedom of Information Act request that was submitted by Delaware Riverkeeper Network to the agency and the federal government that has permitted this project, that the applicants did not apply for a renewal. We have them on the run. Woo! Hey. We have them on the defensive. They did not put an application in to renew this permit. Do you know what that means according to our attorneys? This permit expires December 1st. Yes. Woo! They had to have done it 60 days ago, and they didn't do it. So that means it expires December 1st, even if they put an application in today. And we're saying, with these petitions and with the resolutions that have been passed in New Jersey, which you're going to hear about in a minute, to President Biden, stop this permit forever.
All right. Yes.
Right. Do not let a company use our community as their commuter line for fossil fuel export. We're not going to stand for it, and we're going to tell President Biden and his administration this permit should never be renewed. It should stay dead, and we're going to stand here and make sure that happens. So, thank you.
Yay!
The Philly Stop Bomb Trains campaign is represented by a diverse group of people. And we're going to hear first from one of the people who have been involved for at least a year and a half on this project, Fermin Morales.
Woo! How's everybody doing? Just want to let you know that for 60 years, this country has already known, the fossil fuel industry knew that the dangers of fossil fuels, but they have never have made a change to go away from fossil fuels to renewable energy. These people can't be trusted. We have to make sure that we cancel all fossil fuel projects from now on, and we let that industry of frack gas go bankrupt. It is a Ponzi scheme, and it needs to be buried. It needs to be left down in the ground, because it costs so much more to frack gas than to produce it. And we should be going clean energy. As an electrician, an IBW member, we should realize that we can go green and we can change the way our energy system runs. It doesn't have to be this way. It's a bunch of lies that they preach to you, and it's all about making money. It's all about profits over people and not people over profits. And that needs to change. We can go solar. We can use the sun. We can use the wind. There's no excuse. Such a bunch of lies. And on these lies that they tell you that there's an energy crisis, they create the energy crisis. They got blockades on nations that produce energy cheaper than they do. So let's stop the lies and let's move towards clean energy. Let's go solar.
All right. Yes. Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am a community organizer for Make the Road Pennsylvania. Make the Road PA is a community-based organization that seeks respect and dignity for immigrant and poor working class communities in Berks County, Lehigh County, and North Philadelphia. As a Philadelphia resident, I am very concerned about ticking bombs riding through our cities, Allentown, Reading, and Philadelphia day in and day out. There's a reason why they say special permit. This was an act that was banned, that has been banned for some time now because of its disastrous and huge negative impacts in the past. We will not have any type of heads up that the fire department has absolutely no way to control a bonfire. Therefore, we will all burn to ashes. Philadelphia residents in North Philly are already going through enough with COVID-19, drug addiction, homelessness, and the significant unfairness to the poor Black and Latino communities on a daily basis. I am here today in representation of Philadelphia communities, daycares, schools, hospitals, and so on, asking Biden administration to not renew the special permit for these bomb trains to ride through our cities. Do not permit this permit to be given to New Fortress Energy to bring these bomb trains through our backyards. We cannot function as a city knowing that there are real-life bombs literally passing by our backyards. We don't want this now or ever near any city in the United States or in Puerto Rico. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Erin with Reclaim Philadelphia. Transporting explosive liquefied natural gas through heavily populated Philadelphia neighborhoods is a deliberate choice made by U.S. federal and state governments willing to risk the lives of regular citizens in order to capitulate to greedy energy capitalists. More than 200,000 Philadelphians live within the blast radius along the planned rail corridor. Our lives are more important than the profits of billionaire Wes Edens and other New Fortress Energy investors. All LNG by rail permits should be revoked. Thank you.
Yay.
A companion effort in New Jersey has been going on for 2 years to fight this project and the transport of LNG. And we have here today 2 people from New Jersey who've been carrying out a resolution campaign this year to get municipalities and also faith-based groups to adopt resolutions opposing the LNG by rail special permit that would come through Philadelphia and would also come 200 miles from Wyalusing, PA, across the Delaware River to Camden, another community that's already overburdened with many insults. And then it moves south along the Delaware River through Gloucester County and down to Gibbstown, New Jersey, where the company wants to export this LNG overseas for sale, not for any use by anybody in the United States. So we're going to hear now from David Steinberg.
Hello there, my name is David Steinberg and I live in the town of Runnymede, New Jersey, which is right next to, it's in Camden County, right next to Gloucester County. For the last year, I've been working with many municipalities, making presentations as to the dangers that you've heard here today about the liquefied natural gas. Liquefied natural gas is methane. Methane is one of the worst pollutants there could be, 86 times more powerful than CO2.
That's right.
I've been working with many municipalities, faith-based groups, civic groups, and environmental groups. And so far, as of yesterday, I got 18 resolutions against, and I just found out this morning we have our 19th one. And I'm very pleased about that. Our work is not done until such time as a company decides they're going to stop this nonsense. This is terrible. That they get the profits, we take the risks. I live in a senior home a half a mile from the Jersey Turnpike at exit number 3, and I can tell you that the residents in my building are scared to death when the subject comes up, because we are in the blast zone, God forbid if there's a problem. I've got friends living in Paulsboro for many years. They were not even aware of what was happening until I happened to mention it to them this past summer. But most people in the area don't know, because the company has done many things to sneak it through, so the least people that know about it, the better it is as far as they are concerned. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name's Karen Stabino. I'm a Philadelphia artist, an environmentalist, and a climate activist. Here is our opportunity to stop the proposed transport of liquid natural gas by rail and stop these emissions of methane and CO2 into our very fragile atmosphere. And you know, they say that using methane is a bridge from fossil fuels to renewable, but that's a lie. It's worse than CO2, and so we have to stop this. And so I say no to permitting rail tankers filled with liquid natural gas to cross through Philadelphia or any other town, any place in the country, and then send it to foreign ports. What's up with that? You know, wherever it's being used, it's going into the air and making it worse for climate change. So let's not do it. Let's stop it.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Stop
the bomb trains now. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Jim Stewart. I'd like to speak about how this project is going to affect New Jersey. The residents of our state are being subjected to a very dangerous project being planned by New Fortress Energy that includes transport of LNG through Pennsylvania, New Jersey on bomb trains and trucks that are only to be exported to foreign countries. New Jersey will receive no benefit from this project whatsoever.
That's right.
We are only guinea pigs for their dangerous proposal. We need the President and the governors to know, by way of the resolutions that we've been collecting from many towns in our states, that anyone who's heard about this proposal is totally against it. We have been meeting with town councils in Burlington, Camden, and Gloucester counties to inform them of this project and the dangers that it poses to the citizens of these towns. We have learned that not many people are aware of this project. In addition, we have stressed the environmental threats this project poses to our states. Many people can relate to the environmental threats because of the recent climate crisis events, and therefore are more likely to be concerned with this project. I was fortunate to obtain the help of one of my council members in my hometown of National Park, who were very concerned with the environmental impact and therefore assisted getting the resolution passed by the council. Whenever that is possible, it should be made an important part of a request to get this resolution approved. We hope that the President listens to the citizens of New Jersey and Pennsylvania and stops the renewal of this special permit for this project. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming here today and fighting on. What do we want to tell the Federal Transit Administration, which is under the US DOT, which is the agency that gave the permit for this special project to go through Philadelphia? What do we want to say to them? Do we want to say, stop frack gas bomb trains? Stop frack gas bomb trains!
Keep it in the ground! Keep it in the ground! Keep it in the ground!
Keep it in the ground!
Keep it in the ground! Keep it in the ground! Keep it in the ground! Keep it in the ground! Keep it in the ground! Keep it in the ground! Keep it in the ground! Keep it in the ground! Keep it in the ground! Keep it in the ground!